Well, I watched Bill O'Reilly tonight. He was interviewing Jason Chaffetz, a congressman from Utah, and Bill O'Reilly. Normally, I agree with. Was trying to be. Well, he was trying to talk intellectually about firearms regarding James Holmes and the massacre he committed. Um, yeah, I'm going to have to play a little bit of it. You'll hear the audio, and then I'll kind of pause it and comment on it because there's just too much there that O'Reilly is just 100% totally ignorant about. So let me play part of this here.
That's not what I said, and you know it. I said heavy weapons, all right? Mortars, howitzers, machine guns. In this age of terrorism, if you do a flight school, the FBI is alerted. But you can buy a machine gun, and the FBI doesn't know. And you think...
Okay. Ignorant point number one. You can't just go buy a machine gun unless you do it in the black market illegally or buy something and convert it yourself. You cannot go to a licensed firearm dealer and you cannot buy a machine gun. Even if you have even if you go in and say, I want to buy a fully automatic weapon, you have to, like Jason Chaffetz here will explain, you got to be fingerprinted, and there's a certain certification you have to have from the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms. Here's Bill Riley. He's ignorant, and he's going to just try to cover up for it here. So let's listen to him.
That's responsible. Well, first of all, I don't think that's absolutely not true. If you buy a fully automatic weapon, you have to go get a tax certificate from the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms in order to do that. You have to pass a fingerprint background check. You can't just
go to a gun show, Congressman. You ever been to a gun show?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
You can buy any weapon you want there, and there's no reporting anyway.
Okay, let's address that because I just got back from a gun show this weekend. You cannot go in there and buy a firearm without going through a background check. Absolutely cannot. Everyone I buy from is a licensed dealer. I don't typically buy from individuals. So my understanding is an individual, you would not have to run a background check if it's from a individual to individual, but no dealer is going to hang his... I've been buying guns for a while. No dealer has ever tried to sideskirt the law, period. So, again, Bill O'Reilly is full of crap. That man has never been to a gun show, period. If he's going to gun shows like that, it's in a back alley behind a dumpster. That's what I'm saying. So let's listen to some more of the drivel from the no-spin guy here.
You can walk right
No,
out.
you don't have to. You can't go out and just go and buy a bazooka, as you suggest, or a fully automatic machine gun. There are laws on the books.
You can buy an AK-47 in this country, and no federal agency will know you buy it. And as the guy in Colorado proved, you can buy a mass amount of ammunition on the net, okay? And nobody's reporting. Look, here...
Okay, ammunition? So what? So what if you can go buy it, and the guy in Colorado did have 6,000 rounds. But what if you buy 500 or 1,000 rounds here? Or you buy, 500 rounds there. You can go to Walmart and buy some. You can go to a gun show and buy, ammo. So what if you bought bulk ammunition? What does Bill O'Reilly want to sit here and track everybody's everything? So what? I have, a surplus of ammunition because the price keeps going up on it. It gets more and more expensive. So I'm trying to dollar cost average my purchase. Right now to fire an AR-15, just to fire a basic round is going to run you, roughly 30 cents a round. So let's listen to Bill get it wrong some more.
Here's my deal, and you tell me where I'm wrong. If you sell heavy weaponry, all right, semi-automatics, automatics, ammunition.
Okay. Heavy weaponry, okay, are not semi-automatics, automatics. Those are light weapons. They're rifles. We're not talking Barrett 50 cals. We're talking, for instance, in case, I know Bill will never watch this, but I just brought this up just to do a little demonstration here, just so people kind of have an understanding, okay? This is a 22 round. See that? That's a 22, okay? Little bitty 22. Okay, here, let's do a comparison. Well, here's a 9mm, okay? 9mm. and 22. Here, put them right side by side. See? There you go. Okay? 9mm, and this is a 40 caliber. Okay? They look pretty close to the same. You know, this is bigger diameter. Okay? That's a 40. The AR-15 round that, Bill O'Reilly thinks is a heavy weaponry, 223 round, 40 caliber round. Okay? Skinnier, smaller projectile. Here, I don't know if you can see the size. There's the real gold part. That's the projectile. The rest of this is just casing. It's just powder. Okay? Look at the difference. This is a handgun round right here. See that? Okay? This is 223. This is AR-15 in different forms. It can be a military round. Okay? A deer hunting rifle, a .308 caliber, also used by some sniper teams. If you but anyway, here's a .308 round used for deer hunting. Here's the quote assault rifle. Here you go. I can see comparison's sake. Okay, look at the projectile size. Big, smaller. Okay, now here's an old Soviet Nagant, bolt action, World War I. I mean, this thing's older than dirt, 1920s. Okay, 7.62 54 round, .308 deer hunting round. Look at the difference. Okay, now you can kind of, and they all have different velocities and stuff like that. But at least now you kind of understand. I mean, it's not heavy weaponry. That is light weaponry. Okay, again, deer hunting round. Use that for deer hunting. It's also used for target shooting. The military and police also use it, in their sniper rifles. So it's kind of a versatile round, but it's not heavy weaponry. Bill O'Reilly's he's just ignorant. So, well, let's listen to some more here.
All you do is you file with the FBI, and that way the FBI can cross-reference, all right? Say the FBI has you on a terror watch list, and then it comes in that you're buying an AK. Well, the FBI is going to put you under surveillance. Say this guy was bought 60,000 rounds in Colorado, which he did, and the FBI in Denver got wind of that. They would have been watching him.
Again, he bought 6,000, not 60, 6,000 rounds. You could have bought it 500 rounds at a time. What are we supposed to, every time someone buys ammunition? Furthermore, again, when he bought these rifles, this guy, this butcher in Colorado, bought his guns legally. He had no criminal background. He went to gun dealers. He bought the guns legally. And what they do is when you fill out the application, they call the FBI. The FBI runs your information and gives you approval. They write a number down, and then that application goes into a file at the gun dealer. Plain and simple. And my understanding, the way it happens, if there was ever a crime committed, and they find that weapon, they go to the manufacturer. Manufacturer says who they sold it to. They go to that dealer. That dealer has to be able to pull that application out and say, I sold it to this person. So the FBI, when you buy from a licensed dealer, has the ability to, they run the background. So unless you're a concealed carry, at least I know in Kansas, if you have a concealed carry permit, because you've already done background checks in your city, county, state, Kansas Bureau of Investigations, and the FBI. So when you go, you still have to fill out an application, but you have to present your license and your concealed carry permit. That's the only exception to calling the FBI. So, but let's listen to some more bloviating from the No Spin Master here.
All right, this just makes common sense. It's
No, you're not
No, it
going to
doesn't.
assign. You're not going to assign an FBI agent to follow each and every
If you get
law-abiding
60,000
citizen.
rounds, he certainly will.
No, you cannot. You cannot say that the laws on the books are not tough and stringent.
Sure I
on
can.
semi-automatic
The
and
kid
automatic
bought
weapons. They're very
60,000
stringent.
rounds and no federal agency knew about it.
You're
Are
living
you kidding me?
you are not going to have an FBI agent who's suddenly trailing everybody in this country who buys whatever your
Congressman,
definition
let
is.
me break the
Again, Bill O'Reilly stuck on stupid, not 60,000, 6,000. I assume that when Bill O'Reilly figures out that he was wrong in his facts and 6,000, well then, Mr. O'Reilly, what about 5,900 rounds? Are you going to call the FBI? How about 5,000 rounds? What's your threshold for calling it? Is it 1,000 rounds? Well, then people just buy, 500 round boxes. I mean, you're just an idiot. You're just putting more power in the government's hand and whittling away at just people's Second Amendment rights. You're an idiot. We already have laws on the books. Laws are already in place. Well, let's go ahead. Let's let the guy keep spinning and bloviating and making a big ass out of himself here.
Number of pieces of
Let me break
ammunition.
this to you. If the FBI is alerted that somebody's buying 60,000 heavy-duty rounds,
60,000 heavy-duty rounds. What does he mean by heavy-duty rounds? Is that a heavy-duty round? You know? Heavy-duty round, that's just a stock target round. Bill O'Reilly doesn't even know what heavy-duty is. I mean, is he talking about armor piercing? I don't know what he's talking. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's just trying to embellish something to make it sound sinister.
they're going to check it out because that's what anti-terrorism is.
Bill,
that's what they do.
Bill, that's why we have the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms. We have a specially designated law enforcement
That kid's
officers
purchase
that are
on the internet wasn't reported to any federal agency. That's why he was able to assemble that armor that he had.
Assembling armor? Assembling armor? You see, this is what happens when you have a pinhead in this situation, Bill O'Reilly. Normally, like I said, I like Bill, but he's a pinhead. He's over his head. He's out of his league. I mean, what armor? Is he talking ammo? You know, or is he talking about the weapons? I mean, the weapons, the FBI cleared the guy. He had to do a background check to buy them from a dealer. So the FBI, was already notified that this guy was filling out an application to buy this weapon, and they approved him. So if you approve him for the weapon, what the hell's the problem with the ammunition? The ammunition's pointless without the weapon. What, is he going to sit there and hold it and bang it with a tack hammer? Well, let's let Riley go on. He's about done here.
And you're telling me you object to this? This doesn't intrude on
I
any
object
hunter,
to it.
anybody with a handgun to protect himself,
Sure
anybody
it
with
is.
a rifle. This
Absolutely
is an
it
AK. Come on.
This is
Okay. Oh, no. It's an AK. Well, the guy didn't have an AK. He had an AR-15. Why? An AK is, it's basically the communist version of an AR-15. I mean, why? Because it's styled and it looks mean? I mean, people, let me ask you something here. I mean, would you rather be shot with this, okay, this here, or this here, okay? One's a military round that they use in their M16s. Now, the other one is a .308 caliber that is used for deer hunting, as well as target shooting. And like I said, police and SWAT and stuff, they use it in sniper rifles. So I don't know where Bill, he's losing his mind here. Well, let's let him go on.
this is the Second Amendment. You have a lawful and reasonable right to be able to go out and purchase
The
weapons
key is
and
I'm
ammunition.
not saying you can't purchase.
Oh,
Report
yes,
the purchase
if
in
you're
case
buying,
it's a
but Bill,
terrorist.
Okay, Bill, guess what? Again, it's called in to the FBI background check when you buy the weapon. Okay, let's just keep going here.
Bill, you're ignoring the current law on the books. You're coming up with this wild definition of what is so-called heavy armament.
Wild
And
definition? An AK-47?
Yes, you are.
That's not heavy armor?
No, Bill, an AK-47 is not heavy armor. It's okay, not heavy armor. Okay, all right, it's not heavy armor. If someone has some heavy armor, they might want to post a video or send a link to Bill, let him know what heavy armor looks like. But anyway, let's continue on.
There are rules, but there are laws on the books. You act as
There
if you
aren't
can.
any federal laws on the books to
There are
report
laws
that.
on the books.
No,
You
there
are
aren't.
misinformed.
There are
You
7
are
states
totally
that
misinformed.
require. No, you're wrong.
Yes,
there are
you
7
are.
states that require if you buy an AK, and 43 that don't. Come on.
No, Bill, you're totally misinformed. If you go,
Jason Chaffetz, he's 100% right. Unless I miss something somewhere, every state that you buy a gun from a dealer gets called in. Every single one of them. Matter of fact, I think it's even against the law to mail. If I wanted to mail a gun to somebody, I can't even do that. Even if it's my own personal firearm that I'm sending to somebody, you can't mail it. So let's continue on here.
Go to an FFL, you go to a federally firearms licensee, and you want to purchase, you have to go through a background check. You want to purchase fully automatic, you got to go get it.
There are more loopholes in the gun purchasing laws in this country. All you have to do, and you define it, not me. You define it. You're an honest man.
It does
You
define
define it.
There's O'Reilly. Loopholes. Notice he doesn't tell you a single damn loophole. Why? Because there's really not a loophole. When you go to an FFL, a federal firearm licensed dealer, there's no loopholes. You want to buy a gun? You're going to fill out the application. You're going to get that application called in, and it goes through the FBI. So, Bill, there's no loophole, buddy. None. Zip, zero, nada. Now, the only thing is let's say I have an AK-47. I don't. Not a big fan. But if I did, and let's say I wanted to upgrade, I could sell my AK to somebody. I've never sold a firearm to another individual. I know I can, but I think I'm supposed to at least do some basic things and ask simple questions of the guy if he's got is he legally able to own a firearm. Is he under the influence of any drugs? Basic things like that. Just do some basic due diligence, I believe. I could be wrong, but I've never sold a firearm. Nor would I to someone that, frankly, I don't like selling firearms to people. I just don't do it. So I'd rather just trade them in, maybe take a little bit of a hit on it, but, at least I know it's going to go through the proper channels. But anyway, let's let Bill finish up here.
No, it doesn't.
Yes,
this
it
guy in
does.
Colorado got all this stuff, and nobody knew about it. Come on.
Everybody wishes that we could wave our magic wand and this never ever happened. I remember when Gabby Giffords happened. I wish that had never ever happened. But the point was made by this guy's brother and others. We're not trying to politicize it. The laws are on the book. President Obama's taking that position. I've taken that position.
I wouldn't even ban AKs. I wouldn't even go back to the Brady law that they had. But I would report, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's not what I said, and you know it.
Okay, so Bill kind of backpedals and gives you that little, I got no problem with the Second Amendment. I'm getting government involved in everything. So, well, Bill, you're wrong. You need to go do your homework. Every state requires a background check when you buy from a dealer. I've showed you the difference between little 22 rounds up to the Russian round, which is a 7.62 by 54, very similar to a 30-06 round. But Bill, go educate yourself. I mean, you're in over your head on this one. You tried to hodgepodge, put something together. I don't get it. But anyway, folks, Bill O'Reilly missed the target on this one horribly. Jason Chaffetz, you nailed it right on. You're a straight shooter. You did your homework. I can tell that you've been to a gun show and that you're a gun enthusiast. Because you educated yourself. And Bill, sorry, pal, you're wrong on this one. And that's all there is to it. This is the no spin zone right here. All right, stop bloviating. Go get some facts, buddy. All right, thanks for watching.